Hey Gemini, how are you? Welcome to my channel, The Guided Intuitive, and thank you so much for being here. So what we're going to do is I'm going to do a read for you, and it'll be that other person. And that other person might be a friend or family member. It might be a spouse, a significant other. It might even be a person of interest, okay? Boyfriend, girlfriend, you fill in the blank there, okay? It's going to be a little free-flowing. So what I'm going to do is talk about you and then that other person, right? And just note that the messages can be reversed, okay? Sometimes you'll resonate with one side more than you will the other, okay? So do note that, or just a message overall that really speaks to you, okay? So note that, but also I've had a lot of subscribers say, my gosh, Michelle, this really resonated with me, but as it relates to my work, or as it relates to a current situation that I was in. So I just want you to kind of free flow with it and just see what kind of resonates for you as we go through, all right? There's no set way to do this, and I think it's really important that you allow yourself to really experience the whole process of this read, okay? So, okay, Gem, this will be for all Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as your Venus signs. And do keep in mind that the energy does transcend, so it's fluid, right? So what I might be talking about now might be someone's past, present, or future, okay? So please note that, all right? I do want to thank all of you for your likes, your subscribes, your shares. Please continue to do so and note your comments below. I love reading them. You guys are so smart. I've been responding to a few of them, and wow, a lot of you have been so flippin' insightful. It's amazing. Okay, so I'm going to challenge you, Gem, on this too. So just note your comments below on that. We're going to use a little bit of tarot, a little bit of peace cards, because we all need a little bit of peace in our life, don't we? Okay, so I thought I would put those in there, and then of course talk to me like someone you love cards, and we'll use those as well. So let's see what wants to come into play here for you. All right. We're going to start with what is your current situation at this time. Oh, do keep in mind that if you like a personal read, go to theguidedintuitive.com and we'll get you set up over there. Okay. You might note it up here. And I want to thank all of you that have been ordering my service Beyond the Read. It has been so popular and I'm so thrilled with it. So I do thank all of you. I do have a few spots left. My ad is still up. So just note that. You'll see it up here, but also in my description box below, okay? So if you have any questions and you're really wanting, I should say, to rid of some, limiting beliefs and to really move forward on your life and a little lighter and to kind of approach your desires with a lot more ease, you want to click that, okay? I'm just saying, all right? All right, here we go. Okay, so what's in store for you? Let's take a look at your current situation right now with you first, all right? Here you are, okay? Ooh, Gemini. Ooh. Okay. I always love your reads. So here we go. So this is actually talking about truth, okay? This is actually getting to the truth of the situation. And I don't know why, but when I look at this card, I feel like it's not only is it somewhat very relaxing and very peaceful, but I also feel there's a sense of vulnerability attached to this too, okay? And I think it just has to do with the colors and, within the card itself. But what this is talking about, to me here, is that you are finding the truth. You're actually going to the truth of the matter, and you're really seeking truth. Now, this is not only in yourself, but also it could be within a situation or with that other person, okay? So this is quite beautiful. I think that you've had some sort of illumination that took place, and you're now kind of experiencing this now, and it's almost as if it's kind of new, so it's a little vulnerable. It's kind of new, but and hence it's maybe a little bit more blurry than normal. But what is so beautiful about this, there is a love about this. There is some sort of love. There is a gift. There is some sort of, it's almost like, I almost feel it's like a new birth of some sort, right? And that's kind of how I'm feeling, whatever that situation, that person, or whatever is coming up, okay? But that's exactly what I'm seeing here for you. So it's quite beautiful. I think it's just really coming to the truth of the matter. And then you really kind of looking at that and seeing, okay, now that I know this, now that I have this sort of enlightenment, and now that I have this sort of knowing that now has been bestowed upon you. Now, it's not without the hard work by any means. It was a lot of hard work. But working away from a connection standpoint with you and your source and using your own intuition to kind of gain the insights and knowledge and really kind of going within. It's kind of that type of work, okay? And that type of work is so enlightening, but I almost don't call it work. I call it it's a discovery process, right? So that's how I see it here. But that's what I'm seeing here, that there's some sort of truth. And with that truth, it's almost like you've uncovered some sort of treasure, okay? But that's exactly what I'm seeing. It's like now I really believe that you're able to kind of move forward, but in a way that is just beautiful. It's like enjoyable. And that's kind of how I see this, right? It's like this quiet discovery that you've made yourself internally. And maybe not a lot of people know this, okay? Maybe it's just something that you've kind of gleaned yourself, and that's just which the vulnerability comes from, because it's kind of within you, okay? And a lot of times we make a lot of changes and have a lot of changes that happen within inside us that a lot of people cannot see externally. And you can go through tons of growth internally, and some people won't be able to see it on the outside, okay? Or they won't understand it. And even though you yourself have felt, gosh, I've really gone through a lot of it this last maybe year or two, or that type of thing. But that's what I see coming through here. So it's also being honest with yourself in this relationship and in this situation. So again, just honoring your own truth, the truth of the situation or relationship. Now, if I use tarot, let's go ahead and actually clarify this and see what wants to come up, okay? What is that? Wow, so the truth has been actually revealed to you. So whatever that has been lurking in the waters below in terms of your emotions that might have been kind of snapping at you a little bit, maybe that you have, it's a lobster, but it's almost as if that it's kind of been kind of grabbing at you a little bit, kind of biting you a little bit, kind of saying that, hey, you need to look at this, you need to look at this, you need to look at this. And then I really do think that you're being even loyal to yourself, as in the dogs that are howling against me, you're actually howling your own song, that you're actually now coming out and you're seeing more of the sun than the moon, and hence moving forward in the truth. So yeah, it could have been some sort of revelation that has taken place for you. And when I clarify that, with that brings a brand new beginning. So the universe hands you a brand new beginning. Now this could be as it relates to work, and what it does is it brings you through the door, the garden gates, and out into as you see, into another realm. So there's this path that opens up that you move into the next realm. And this is beautiful because 8s are about a potential or an opportunity for a brand new beginning, okay? Now this could be something that you treasure. So, coins usually relate to work or that type of thing. So I'm just gonna leave that up to you to define, all right? So that's how I see it. Now let's take a look at this other person and let's see what wants to come through for them, okay? All right, let's see what that is. Here we go. Ooh, this is really interesting. Okay, well, what I see for there, that there's been some sort of realization. And this is interesting because I almost feel, Jem, that this other person is mimicking you, or not mimicking you. Let me back up here. Mirroring you for the most part, I think. But in a different way, because there's different lessons that this person needs to learn than you, and you have different lessons to learn than them, okay? But the interesting thing, you see how similar these cards are, right? This is you, and then this is the other person. So you can actually see they almost feel like they fit together, right? They're both going through their own typing. Now this person might be a little bit further along, okay? Less clouds over here, right? A little bit more clarity and a little bit more focus. So what I'm thinking is that this person has actually gone through some sort of realization, okay? Same, kind of similar to the fact, but very different than yours. A realization that I feel that it was almost kind of about themselves and how they have kind of acted, or how they, it's an internal growth. Okay, that's all I gotta say. It's something internal for them. It could have been a way of doing things in the past that now they've really realized that it's no longer serving its purpose, and they're moving in a different direction. So and they're handling it in a different way. Okay, and they're realizing what works and what doesn't in their life, and they're taking that in consideration as they move forward. So again, it could be a relationship, a situation, whatever the case may be, but they've gone through some sort of realization that has taken place in their lives. This is beautiful, beautiful. And these cards aren't numbered, so it's not like I can use numerology on this, but this really just talks about, yeah, I mean, it's still it's a little bit more focused, and they're realizing that some sort of limitation that has held them back in the past does not have to hold them back anymore. And that realization is bringing them more focus and more clarity as they move forward. Okay, so that's what I see. Okay, and when I clarify with the tarot, let's see what wants to come up here for that. Well, this just fell out. What is this? Ace of Swords. Okay, this is interesting. This person has a brand new, has received that sort of clarity, right? It's a sword, which is a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, could be a fellow air sign of some sort, but there is success. There is some sort of realization that led this person to some sort of success here. And I like this because, you yourself get the, did I not say you're marrying each other? But in a different way, which is so beautiful because it's so complementary. It's the same, but different. Okay, so this is what's kind of cool about it. But yeah, there is a new opportunity, a potential of an opportunity that is coming into play, and I'm so loving this. But it also brings a lot of success. They're being crowned with success, right? And the universe is bringing this forward to them, right? Giving them that clarity that they, just do so need. Now, when I clarify that, we'll see what wants to come up. Clarity as it relates to their love life. Wow. Okay. Now, this is a Gemini card too, so quite interesting. Very, very interesting. Now, you might relate again to one side more than the other, but I am focusing on this being the other person. So this is actually being angel guidance, and this is actually, a union. This is coming together. This is a blessed divine union, okay? So they receive some sort of clarity and realization as it pertains to this union. This is gorgeous, guys. Oh my gosh, this is cool. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the underlying issues of the relationship. What is that? Underlying issues of the relationship. Now, let's see, you over here, what is that? Gateway. Wow, it looks like, Jim, that there's been a brand new gateway that has been paid that's going to open the door for an opportunity with this person in this situation. Whatever kind of is that you feel is kind of coming towards you. But again, that of which was hidden, the sun is shining on it. The stars are shining on and saying, this is an open door. Do you see that there? It's green, so it does have to do with the heart chakra. So it might have to be, it's probably something that is heartfelt, but it is rooted grounded in love, okay? And it's almost as if things are not as hidden as they were before. This is beautiful. Now, all that blue is that throat chakra, which talks about any form of communication. Sorry for the glare, guys. So yeah, I just have the natural sunlight coming through, and I prefer to use that more than anything, and it gets a little tricky to work with sometimes. But in any event, the lights are still shining, right? Even on you, to show you this open door here. So that's what's coming into play there. So there is an opportunity for a new way to do something. There's an opportunity that now the divine, your source, has kind of presented to you, that you're able to kind of take a look at that and say, aha, here's my chance, okay? So that's what I see here. Now let's clarify with the tarot and see what wants to come up here, okay, for the gateway. What is that? Yeah, so this gem puts you in the driver's seat to take action and move forward. So it could be is in terms of your love life, it could be in terms of your work, whatever that case may be, but there's a lot more balance in this. It's balancing the the opposites, right, of each other. It's about kind of like the light and dark, and balancing that and moving forward. But this is taking action. This is a major arcana card. So now you're in the position to take action, because of this new gateway that has presented itself. So very, very beautiful. So now let's take a look at this other person, and what are the underlying issues of the relationship? What is it for them? Positive outcome. Wow, look at this. Okay, so positive outcome. So as it pertains to the situation, this person has got clarity that's going to help lead them to a very positive outcome, right? And very, very similar. I just can't believe out of all the cards, these are the only three that are all similar. I mean, like, I'm talking like very, very similar. But it is about a positive outcome. And now, instead of, there's, it's almost as if now it's kind of like coming together. Now it's all the way through in the middle. So this positive outcome is going to be very wide, and it's going to be, it's going to really, really open up, this relationship, this situation, whatever the case may be. So what wasn't working before, okay? Whatever the case hasn't been working before, it's now working, okay? So that's exactly how I see this. This is so beautiful. I mean, it can't get any, simpler than that, right? So it could be, a positive outcome relating to just some sort of positive result. Some sort of long-lasting result too. It's kind of like once this is learned, is that this person they don't have to go back, right? They don't have to go back on it. It's learned, it's done. It's like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. So that's exactly what I get from here. It is also that maybe a dream for this person has come true or is coming to fruition. What it is that they have been manifesting, and this is about being whatever it is. Maybe it's something that they're writing. It could be an invite, a challenge, some sort of clarity, a connection. This person is ready to move forward, okay? And this is saying that they celebrate themselves with this positive outcome for a very good job well done, okay? So that's how I see it. Now, if I want to clarify this, let's see what wants to come out as it pertains to the positive outcome. What is a positive outcome? To clarify that, the Queen of Swords. So this is actually setting up her boundaries. So this person is either taking on this energy. It could be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius on this side, another air sign. But this is actually setting up boundaries and wanting to collaborate. And really, this is a real decisive woman, very attractive, but really could be an entrepreneur, a business owner of some sort, but she really knows her boundaries and is very, very clear, but also is willing to extend an open hand all the time. So this is quite interesting, but is not afraid to really step in either, but very, very powerful a woman there, and someone of influence. Okay, so that's what I see here. So there's a positive outcome relating to perhaps Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. You're going to know that it could be, again, a fellow sign. I don't know. And this person has been working so hard. A lot of persevering. They've been working so hard. They've got the 9 of Wands, and the 9s are about coming to fruition, right? The completion is that 10, right? That moves on to that new beginning. It could be that they're persevering also. It could be that they also have an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius in their midst. In some way that's a little bit shy or kind of guarded a little bit. That could be the case. And if that is the case, what it is that they're moving on to calmer waters. But either way they look at it, there's a positive outcome, boundaries are set, and it's moving to calmer waters in this relationship situation, in whatever this is. Okay, so that's how I see it there. Let's take a look at where the relationship is headed. Okay, where's the relationship headed? Timeless Earth. Ooh, beautiful. Gosh, this is beautiful. This is, it's when I see this, and I'll show it to you in a second there, but to me, as I'm looking at this, it's almost as if that as the time is on Earth, so too will be this relationship. It is still going, it will go through changes just like our seasons do. As we approach fall, it could be, falling in love, right? It could be something of the sort, but this is actually, knowing that as the seasons change, so do the relationships, so do situations in our life that help us grow and evolve, right? And if it wasn't for spring, we wouldn't have summer, right? And so that's what seems to kind of come about. So, but yeah, that's exactly what I'm seeing here, that this is a timeless relationship that can go and grow and grow and grow on so many different levels. And that's exactly how I see it. And it's a very heartwarming. It's that really warm color. A lot of confidence, a lot of warmth, and a lot of spirituality on there too as well. So that's exactly what I see. This is about having patience in this process to seek the foundation that you need. And you have another day, you have another chance, to continuously move forward, and be real steady, right, in the process, and be stoic in the process, and continue to move forward, just as the seasons here on Earth do, right? It's like, it's just really. Yeah, that's what I see here. I'm going to clarify this. I'm going to clarify this with the tarot. I want to see what wants to come out for that, okay? Let's see what wants to come out. So let's see here. Okay, so knowing in the past that seasons change, maybe something in the past was lost and it made you a little sad. But the interesting thing about this is that it's time to take off the somber black cloak, if I could say the word, and really turn around and drop it, and go ahead and take hold of the full cups that are just behind him. And it's actually two full cups, meaning two could be two people. It could be, that duality, but also two more opportunities that are available for you. But only if you look at it from a different perspective. This is not a 3 of cups, okay? It's still a 5 of cups. It's about emotions. So even though your emotions may be tender, for you to do a 180 turnaround, and this is saying you probably could have done that in your emotions, that you've now worked through them, took a 180-degree turn, and now you're ready to pick up the other 2 cups behind you, okay? So that's exactly, and that is, when you work through our emotions, it's this timeless process, right? And you're always learning and growing. I'm going to pull another card to see if anything else wants to come out from the tarot on this one. King of Pentacles. This is that Capricorn type energy. Now this could be you, Gem, that's taking on this type of energy, working really, really hard, being very successful, doing your own business and being very, very successful, or, working for someone else and being very successful. But this is the business, or this is where people come to for advice. So either you've got someone in your realm, maybe this is also in your chart, maybe you've got Capricorn in your chart of some sort, but this is what this is talking about, that this is about, just being very grounded, making very good decisions, of some sort. It is the king. So, that's exactly what I see here. Very, very beautiful. I'm going to move on to this other person, is where is the relationship headed, and see what wants to come out. Simplicity. This person on this side is actually rewiring some sort of belief that at one time, or up until this point, had held this person back. So they are rewiring their system, knowing and with that, being able to make changes in their life for the most positive way. And you can see a lot of the yellow, because that is the I am, and they're becoming very, very powerful in terms of who they are, but it's not without the hard work that they put in. And the beautiful thing about this too, Gem, is when this other person is doing the work, guess what? So are you. It's interesting. At least I feel in this association. So this is quite interesting. So it takes a little bit, it's about making things a lot simpler. Sometimes that we in our heads, in our mind, tend to complicate things so much more than they ever should have to be, right? So this is saying to truly simplify things, all right? Really simplify the process, and really know that, that this relationship, this situation has, can be simple, okay? It can be simple, but it also can be very rewarding, okay? So that's what I see here. So it's like, getting rid, very, very similar to what I talk about in my service there, of getting rid of limiting beliefs and negative emotions and that type of thing here. So they're simplifying their lives so they can move forward in their relationships, move forward in their work, and move forward in life with such more ease and determination, and a lot more better results. So that's how I see. When I clarify it, what do I get? Yeah, so I get the Magician, that they're able to do this, and they've got all the resources necessary to make this happen. So it's beautiful. So that's what I see here. And so they're using the energy from above and below and creating it on the physical plane. And it takes a little while for it to marinate, but there's all the tools that this Magician has. Now, again, this could be a card of a Gemini. It could be a Gemini in this person's life. Who knows? But But I think this person might be taking on this energy as well, and having all the resources to take action and to move forward. Okay, that's what I see here. Anything else that wants to come about? Wow, this is Aquarius comes out. Could be dealing with an Aquarius, or gaining that healing, gaining the balance that's necessary. And this is a person that is, they're not clothed here, so there's some sort of vulnerability that is here too. But the little white stars around there are all about the chakras, okay, and they focus and stand for that. And then you've got the guiding North Star that is guiding you along your path in terms of your healing, to balance your healing, to shed light on your healing, and to really help you grow and heal and move forward. So this is about really taking care of oneself. This person might be really doing that right now. So what is the outcome of the situation? Let's start with you, Gem. Okay, here we go. Creation. So you're creating. Are you creating something new from your heart center? Could be a relationship, a situation, a business, whatever that is, but it's flourishing. It's so flourishing. So note your comments below. So this is beautiful. So that's what I see here, that there is some sort of creation. And the funny thing that I've noticed before is almost as if you're being very, very wise. You're being creative, but you're being very, very wise. You can kind of almost see like there's two eyes right there, right? And even a mouth, it's kind of what I see here. It's so cute. And I almost feel that you're kind of closed mouth on this, but using your mind in terms of being very, very creative, as it relates to this. So maybe it's kind of under the radar a little bit, and not everyone can see it, but you can. And it's something that's flourishing internally, and it's really, really coming around. So let me clarify this with the chart, see what wants to come out. So the outcome is you're going to create something out of this. It's a creation of a relationship, creation of a new pathway, a new gateway in the process. Okay, so here we go again. Let me go ahead and pull that. Wow. So the creation, now this is a 3 of Swords. This is heartbreak. Okay. So this is about, I kind of feel it's moving away from heartbreak, but why do I see this? Because it's a 3 card. You see that this is a 3 card, and it's about using the creativity to rid of this heartbreak. So it's like no more third party. So let's see here. Let me just see what wants to come out after this to clarify the 3 of that. Oh yeah, my gosh, justice. So that's what I mean. It's like justice will be served. The scales are going to be balanced. And then you're going to be able to use that creativity to springboard you forward. Okay. And that's why it's kind of under wraps. Maybe there's some sort of justice that's coming through. In the past, maybe it led to heartbreak, but now there's a balance of this. So this is interesting. I'm going to pull one more card on the justice. Okay. But because I think it's equal balancing here. Yeah, oh gosh. So then I get the Page of Cups. So this is about offering a cup of love, moving forward and offering a cup of love. So you're starting anew on something, creation, starting anew, new beginning. So new beginning relating to your emotions. So then you don't have to feel this anymore, okay? This is gorgeous. I like this. Okay, so let me just see here. What is the outcome for the other person? Let's see here, Jem. Let's see. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we've got strategy, okay? So this is interesting because this is about setting sights to create some sort of plan in this process, okay? So what I see here is that this person is developing some sort of strategy for their life, for their love life, for their work life, for their life overall, okay? And they know that if they don't start making a plan, that the future is not just going to take care of itself, that they need to be a actionable participant in that process, okay? So that's what seems to come into play, and that's exactly what I see. So this is about, developing a strategy, right? And then keeping that in the forefront of their mind, so it consistently feeds them and flourishes them, right? Because if they continue to do that, and if they keep it in their mind and they keep it around them, that vision alive, it's going to land in their lap. Okay. So the strategy is going to be necessary relating to this love life in terms of this situation. Maybe it pertains to their work of some sort. But this is about having faith in the strategy, holding the vision as the reality in their mind, right? With this no nonsense resolve, okay? And on this strategy, right? And a relentless sense of purpose to totally make it a real thing, okay? So that's what I see for this person. Now let me clarify it with the tarot and see what wants to come up, okay? Let's see what comes up in terms of strategy. They got a strategy in mind here, okay? Let's see what this is. Wow, Knight of Swords. They're moving forward with a lot of passion. Check this out. So they're moving forward with a lot of passion. So take a look at this. So it could be that there's a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, either you coming in or this other person is moving forward with passion, okay? Or maybe it's going both ways, but that's what I see coming through here. So again, you might be dealing with another fellow air sign. This person's very passionate, right? But this is also a person that's also balancing their emotions better than they have ever done before. So it's this balancing act, and so they don't want to, they do want to balance the emotions that are coming through. Okay, so that's what I see too. So temperance is really all about that, right? So yeah, it's the pouring between two cups and making sure to keep things really balanced, right? It is a yeah, it's like moderation, right? Moderation is going to be key. So maybe not, moving forward with passion, but knowing that moderation is going to be key in the process as well. Okay, so but still moving forward. All right. So that's what I see over there. So now let's take a look at what is you want to say to them and what they want to say to you. Okay, here we go. What you want to say to them. Rather than just criticize me, can you tell me what you want in a more positive way? This is beautiful. Okay, so this is about a person that wants to give you what you want to give this person what they want, but you want to do it, but you don't want to be criticized for it. Okay, all right. So let me take a look at what this other person wants to say to you. You're not being crazy. I can see why you're upset with me. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this person may have been acting in some sort of way, not completely in reality itself, but perhaps maybe that, just to acknowledge the fact that, they may have been out of touch a little bit, okay, and they're bringing that up. But this is beautiful. Okay, guys, I've gone too long, so I hope I hope this resonated with you in some way, shape, or form, and I look forward to seeing you next time in October. Until then, namaste.